With the offseason officially kicking off on Tuesday, Brett Veach, the GM for the Kansas City Chiefs, has his work cut out for him with the Chiefs being $55 million over the cap. But he can create about $109 million in cap space by restructuring the contracts of Patrick Mahomes, Trey Smith, Chris Jones, and a few more key players with larger contracts. This would put them at about $45 million under the cap. And I also see them cutting Jawan Taylor, Mike Danna, and Drew Tranquil, which would free up a ton of space as well. I'm going out on a limb here, but I would shop Trent McDuffie in hopes to get a first-round draft pick or even 2 high draft picks if no one is willing to give up a first for the all-pro cornerback. He's been great for the Chiefs, but I think they can get more value by moving him and re-signing his counterpart, Jalen Watson, to a smaller deal to help with the cap situation. I think Watson, Fulton, and Noel Williams can hold down the fort, and I'm sure they'll get another corner late in the draft. There's been signs that Travis Kelce is coming back, and if he does, hopefully they can work out something where he isn't too expensive, which makes tight end Noah Gray very expendable, either through a trade or just flat out releasing him, which would create $4 million in cap space. Tight end Jared Wiley, who was drafted 2 years ago, hopefully can step into that role that Noah Gray played if they choose to move off of him and not draft a replacement. Now, I love Drew Tranquil, but cutting him will save $6 million, and I think re-signing Leo Chanel is a better option, especially because I think Jeffrey Bossa, who has a lot of upside, can be Tranquil's replacement at linebacker. I've expressed how much I would love for them to bring back Tyquan Thornton, and I stand on that. But I also wouldn't mind them exploring the option of bringing back Tyreek Hill now that he's a free agent. Or even looking at a guy like Mike Evans if he's not asking for too much. Last season, our pass rush was non-existent, so I'm sure they'll look into free agency for some edge help, but overspending for a name isn't ideal for me. If we can catch a bargain, do it. If not, because of the cap situation, I think the draft is the way to go to fill some of these voids on the defensive end. As for the draft, I'm still high on selecting running back Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame in hopes of giving Patrick Mahomes his first 1,000-yard running back if he's still available. If trading McDuffie lands us back in the first round, getting the next available edge rusher would be ideal for me at that spot. Now, I know casuals will say it's urgent to address the O-line, but I think the only address that needs to be at the right tackle position if they chose to release Jalen Moore and Jawan Taylor. I think we're pretty solid with Creed Humphreys, Trey Smith, Josh Simmons, and Kingsley Suamataia going into next season. A new right tackle or Jalen Moore and added depth would have us in pretty good shape at the offensive line position. Overall, this is going to be a very busy offseason. We've already seen a ton of changes on the coaching staff, which I predicted during the tail end of last season. Back in the 2023 season, the Chiefs won a Super Bowl with a youthful, revamped roster. So I'm excited to see how they address the roster this offseason and hopes to get back to competing for a championship after a very disappointing season. Drop your comments below, Chiefs Kingdom, and let me know what you hope the Chiefs do with the roster this offseason.